First thing I wanted to do after buying the Corvette was lower the suspensions. The stock suspension allows to lower the car without replacing any parts, but in my case this adjustment wasn't enough. So I ordered a lowering bolt kit. The kit cost me about $100. The front suspension is a bit more complicated. To get the best result you need to remove the adjustment bolt, but it's not easy. I have to take apart half of the suspension. The cheapest option is modified in the bolt. I need cut off rubber parts which should be given more adjustment to lower suspensions. If you don't want to do this, you can simply buy ready-made bolts. The rear suspension is easier. Just need to replace the bolts. The stock bolts also allow some adjustment, but in my case it wasn't enough. Final result, not bad. Next step, fixing the fitment.
A few moments later.
After finishing the suspension work, I had to get rid of these wheels. Finding the right ones wasn't easy. I spent a lot of time, but I couldn't find a wheel with the correct bolt pattern. So I started looking at Japanese bolt pattern wheels, since they were more common in market. And then I found a collaboration between Lassen and Warp. These were 19 rims, 9.5 wide, 0 offset. I checked them using a rim fitment calculator, and theory they should have fit with adapter spacers. These wheels were located in New York, while I live in Enfield, Connecticut. It wasn't the closest trip, about 3 hours. Driving Corvette this far just for testing fit wheels didn't seem like smartest idea. So, trusting my calculation, I headed to New York in a regular car. Wheels cost me $1,800, which for wheels like this felt like steel. But everything changed when I installed wheels. I made mistake in my calculations. It was complete failure. I was frustrated. I sat there for a long time just looking at wheels. I love them. They looked perfect for Corvette, but because 0 offset they looked strange. And even worse, front wheels wouldn't turn. They were hitting everything inside. So I started thinking about my option. Next idea was to find the wide body kit, but there weren't many options on the market. First kit I found was from Corvette Creations. They had pre-made carbon fiber fenders that were easy installed. Just remove the stock fenders and replace them. It was a cool option. I contacted company and found out that kit added 1/2 inches to front and 2 inches rear. But my wheels were sticking out 3 inches, so this kit wouldn't enough to cover them. Then I found a guy named Sean who had posted about a new wide body kit for C5 Corvette. According to spec, it should have worked for me. I contacted him, but right now kit was still in development. There was no clear timeline for when it would be available. So that option wasn't going to work either. I was getting frustrated and I didn't know what to do. Then I randomly found wide body kit for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I had never seen this one before. Listing mentioned company called Fiberglass Mafia. I looked it up and was surprised by their selection. I found wide body kit that should be work for me, but their website only had pictures of one Corvette with the kit and didn't look full installed, more like test fit. No one had the fully installed this kit yet, which made me nervous because I had no idea how it would look in a final version. It was a big risk I thought about for a long time, but I didn't want to give up, so I decided to take a risk. I ordered the kit for $1,000. Company was in Texas, so it took about 1 month to manufacture and ship it into Connecticut. I was excited. I had never installed a wide body kit before. I had also never done any painting work, and I had to do everything myself. So I pulled myself together and started craving car art. First, I did a test fit and realized I needed to cut a lot inside front fenders. Luckily, Corvette has a lot of plastic and wheels didn't hit main frame. Success! Corvette could drive! Next step was to paint kit temporarily and install with screws for test drive. Everything worked. Corvette was drivable again. Another victory! I wasn't happy with rear wheel fitment, so I installed 2-inch spacers. Right now, look improved a lot. Then it was time to secure wide body kit permanently. I applied a black glass sealant around the edges and fastened the kit with rivets. Now wide body kit is permanently part of Corvette. I didn't like export rivet holes, so I filled them with body filler. This kit had a lot of imperfections, so I had to apply a thin layer of filler over entire wide body and sand everything smooth. This was a long process. Finally, it was time for painting. All painting materials cost me about $500. After painting, car needed polishing. I bought an orbital polisher for $19 and also got all necessary polishing materials, which cost me about $100. I'm so happy with the result. Do you like look of Corvette now? Let me know in comment and don't forget to subscribe to channel. See you soon! Next step was finding front bumper lip spoiler. There were a few options on market and I choose one I like it most visually. Cost $200. Installation easy. Look completely transformed. I always loved sleepy headlights on C5 Corvette. There weren't many alternatives on market, so I ordered a pre-made kit for Knight Drive TV. Price for $55. Seller had a detailed installation guide in YouTube, which made things much easier. Now Corvette looks amazing. I'm really happy with the result. What do you think? Let me know in comments. Next upgrade was harder to choose because so many companies make exhaust system for Corvette. I watched tons of YouTube videos trying to find perfect sound. Of course, sound from videos is not always accurate, but I had no other choice. I finally decided on Billy Bolt exhaust system. Price $1,200. I didn't have a lift, so when removing stock exhaust, I had to cut it pulling out from underneath. I couldn't lift car any higher. Installation was easier and I love its sound. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Next big decisions was upgrading suspension. At first, I wanted to install in-car lowers. They are affordable and great for drifting, but I wanted to lower Corvette even more, which will be a problem. Roads in New England area aren't great, and driving was already uncomfortable. Plus, my wife stressed about driving in Corvette because it was too low. One possible solution was to buy an air cup kit, which lifts in car approximately 4 inches temporarily to clear obstacles. That was a good option, but not cheap. Colors and air cups kit cost almost as much as full air suspension kit, so I decided to order the air suspension kit. There are many different brands on market, so I started researching them. First one, AirTech Engineering. Good reviews, good price. Downside, requires cutting parts of the body and replacing upper control arm. Second, prices air suspensions. Looks high quality, reasonable price. Downside, also requires upper control arm replacement. And the last one, Air Force suspensions. Price $3,800. It is not cheap. Big advantage, no need to cut anything or replacement parts. I decided to order Air Force suspensions kit. I had to wait 3 months for it to arrive. That felt like long time. If you ordered an air suspension kit before, let me know in the comment how long you waited. I had experience driving in a car with an air suspension, but I had never installed one before. I knew theory, but this was my first time doing it myself. First, I worked on trunk setup and organizing all components. I won't go into detail about wiring, since you can easily find a diagram online. Then I removed the transverse leaf springs and installed air struts. Hardest part was running air lines. I couldn't find any install guides for Corvette, so I had to figure out on myself. I decided to route air lines through interior. Finally, I did first system test and it was success. Everything worked perfectly and were no air leaks. I'm really happy with the result. What's next? Corvette build is not over yet. There are still many upgrades ahead. Subscribe so you don't miss next episode. See you soon.